What's good? It's your boy Shay coming back at you with another LNC NBA playoff update. As always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, select all, so that way you don't miss out on a single NBA playoff update. JJ Redick. Man, I really like JJ Redick as a player. One of the greatest shooters I ever seen. Just a total pure stroke.
Another chance to watch the pure shooting magic of JJ Redick.
But look at, nobody steps out on him. Where is Tucker going? You can't go behind the screener when you've got a guy like Redick with the ball in the hands. You got to fight over the top of the screen and get there.
But since he has become the old man in the three and all this other stuff, JJ Redick has said some pretty questionable things.
I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest three-point shooters ever.
Yes,
you cannot make that argument.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
For the money.
Larry Bird! But let's see what JJ Redick thinks on the Ja Morant situation. JJ Redick, you have the floor.
You know, in both these gun-waving incidents on IG Live, there has been no law that's been broken, as far as we know. Colorado police investigated, no law was broken. Assuming this is in Tennessee, open carry allowed in that state, assuming he has a permit for whatever it may be, no law has been broken. The reason I bring that up, it is very clear in our CBA what happens if you fail a drug test for performance-enhancing drugs or a street drug, a narcotic. It's very clear. It's this amount of games. It's very clear if you get a certain amount of technicals or a certain amount of flagrants, how much you're going to be suspended. And so that's where I think a 40-game suspension, the precedence for that, for not breaking a law. Again, we can go into the backstory of the incident with the teenager. Ja's claiming self-defense, that the teenager threw the ball in his face.
All that stuff, pretty much false.
We can go into the incident at the mall when he yelled at his security guard.
All that stuff, pretty much false.
We can go into the incident with the Indiana Pacers traveling party. As far as we know, all of these things have been investigated and no law has been broken. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm not saying there should be no punishment. There should be. There should be consequences. You are the face of the league. You are representing the NBA. You are a role model to young kids. All of that. I don't think half a season is the right answer. And the last point I want to make, because you bring this up, the guns on social media. We talk about consequences. Look, in our country right now, gun culture is pervasive.
That's right.
All right.
It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that.
Not the cap.
So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law? Explain that to me.
They got to be the stupidest motherfuckers.
Well, JJ, I will explain it to you fairly simple, because you did bring up the CBA agreement, which I have an excerpt of on the screen. And it says in part number 35, and this is the D clause, it says, the commissioner shall have the power to suspend for a definite or indefinite period, or to impose a fine not exceeding $50,000, or inflict both such suspension and fine upon any player who, in his opinion, shall have made or caused to be made any statement having or that was designed to have an effect prejudicial or detrimental to the best interests of basketball or of the association or of a member, or shall have been guilty of conduct that does not conform to standards of morality or fair play, that does not comply at all times with federal, state, and local laws, or that is prejudicial or detrimental to the association. Okay, JJ, it is in your CBA, and it's extremely clear You don't have to break laws to be punished at your job. I don't know where JJ has gotten the idea that you can only be punished at your job if you're breaking a law. Well, that's not true at all. They got these contracts and they state in these contracts, bro, we pretty much can tell you what it is. And if this was really the case, JJ, why didn't you say this after the first incident? Now you saying it now. Now you want to try to make it political. Woke ESPN back at it. Now you want to try to make this political. This is not a political issue. If Ja Morant was, if somebody had saw Ja Morant walking through a Walmart with a gun holstered on his hip, nobody would have said anything. And if people would have said stuff, then I can hear this whole argument of Second Amendment rights and all of this, that, and the third. Bro, JJ Redick, would you live in a neighborhood if you were driving down the street and you saw two black men always in your neighborhood riding to loud music, dancing up and down, waving firearms?
Barely.
Would you live in that neighborhood, JJ? That's what I thought. This, in my opinion, was a moronic take from JJ Redick. He's just trying to turn this into a straight. JJ Redick is angling to be a politician. He's turned this into some type of political football. This is not about politics at all. Ja Morant signed a contract, and when he got in trouble, this whole thing where it's like, well, I don't know if they told him what would happen if he do it again. Why would they talk to him about what would happen if he do it again in a situation where he's swearing up and down it will never happen again? He just needed some rehab. What happened to the Ricky treatment?
Just learning, I can open up. I can, express my feelings, and that it's, okay to be able to express your feelings. So, I was constantly, talking to therapists. I've been doing, Reiki treatment. I've been doing anxiety breathing, different stuff to, help me manage that and, release, all that stuff from my body.
Ja, I thought the Reiki treatment worked. Get in the comments right now. What do you think? Do you think JJ Redick is going too far in turning this into a political football? Or do you think that JJ Redick is right? That if, some people have Christmas cards holding AR-15s, that Ja Morant should be allowed to dance up and down while making $200 million waving a firearm on Instagram Live?
All that stuff, pretty much false.
Get in the comments and let me know. You stay tuned right here. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on a single NBA playoff update right here on LNC Sports. Oh, we got some stories coming up about this today. God is great. Peace.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
It's a party in your city. No, it's gonna be a party on your baby mama. That's all it's gonna be. Your same homeboy that holding the gun, he gonna go to your baby mama and say, I told you that nigga was stupid. It's gonna be a party on your baby mama. That's all it's gonna be. You NBA dumb boy. You are NBA dumb boy. On Mother's Day, a motherfucker gotta see a son crashing out and throwing away his whole goddamn future because he wanna be a thug.